my brother, Joe Rogan, had Dr. Gupta, is that his name, on the show?
Sanjay Gupta, yeah.
Yes, from he's CNN's resident doctor, and they got into it over Rogan, who had thrown out, kind of rhetorically, but had thrown out the idea that he could sue CNN, which I think he probably could, over their coverage of him. This was really interesting. Let's play this clip and talk about it.
But so for you, Joe Rogan,
yes,
I would say you've had it.
Yes.
So now get one shot of the vaccine.
No.
Why not?
Because I have better immunity than I would if I was vaccinated.
Right? Yes.
Don't I?
I think your immunity is really good.
So why, if I've already gotten through COVID and I was really only sick for a day, and then 5 days later I was negative, and I do have the natural antibodies now, why would I take a chance in getting vaccinated on top of that?
By the way, I'm glad you're better. I'm glad it only lasted a day.
You're probably the only one at CNN that's glad.
No. We're not.
The rest of them are all lying about me taking horse medication. We should talk about that.
That bothered you.
It should bother you too. They're lying at your network about people taking human drugs versus drugs from veterinary.
Isn't it okay, so I already thought this was pretty interesting that he goes that Dr. Gupta goes, "Oh, that bothered you, didn't it?" And Rogan had the perfect counter. He goes, "Well, it should bother you. It should bother you that I said that." And so I just already thought that was kind of interesting. Like, yeah, of course it would bother him. Why would it not?
Well, it's great because Gupta's almost like, yeah, we play a game and you're kind of on the other side. So we were playing the game that we play. And he's like, wait, but you're a fucking doctor and you're supposed to be the voice of medicine on the network. And they're lying about what medicine is.
You're supposed to be the doctor of medicine on the cable news network. Like, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm the comedian on the Libertarian podcast. You know where I'm coming from. But you're not supposed to be. That's not what you're claiming to be. You're not claiming to be the left-wing doctor on the totalitarian cable network. You're claiming to be the doctor of medicine on the cable news network. So shouldn't it bother you that they would say this? Anyway, let's keep playing.
Not a flattering thing. I get that.
It's a lie. It's a lie on a news network, and it's a lie that's a willing. That's a lie that they're conscious of. It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
They're unfavorably framing it as veterinary medicine.
Well, the FDA put this thing out. You saw that. Did you see that thing that the FDA put out?
What did the FDA put out?
It was a tweet, and it was snarky. I admit it. They said, "You are not a horse. You are not a cow. Stop taking this stuff," or something like that.
Why would you say that when you're talking about a drug that's been given out to billions of people?
There's something telling about the fact that the FDA put out a tweet and he's saying, "I admit it." What do you have to admit on behalf of the FDA?
Well,
he's not saying
it's snarky.
Right. But there's no reason for him to need a comment on the way the FDA would approach talking about ivermectin unless the FDA and CNN somehow collude on narratives. So he's not saying it. But he just kind of gave away that there is some sort of official narrative amongst these parties. And even though that statement didn't come from CNN, he'll even admit that is a snarky way of approaching their narrative.
Right. So why wouldn't his thing just be like, the FDA did this thing, which I thought they shouldn't have been snarky like this, and go, I'll admit that they were snarky. Yeah, you make a very good point, Rob. Why do you have to admit? What are you with them? What does it pain you to admit that, like, yeah, the FDA, first off, they shouldn't be snarky. Second off, it's stupid. It's stupid and dishonest and wrong. Like, what again, look, the heart of this whole thing right here with this argument, and by the way, Dr. Gupta, we're not even going to have time because we're going over to play that clip. But the idea that he's going to say that they called it horse dewormer, or that the FDA said, you're not a horse, you're not whatever, a pig or blah, blah. This is so stupid. It's the most dishonest, like, misleading, like, as fake as fake news could be. It's on the level. There's been a bunch of funny memes about this, but it's like claiming that someone taking the Mectin is taking horse dewormer. I saw one meme that said Joe Rogan. It was like, Joe Rogan, I drink water. And then CNN, and they go, Joe Rogan drinking a liquid that's used as a nuclear coolant. Like that's what, it's like if someone said, I ate a burger, and you go, oh, you're eating dog food? Because beef is also used in dog food. That's the level of what they're saying. It's like, yes, I mean, there is this, like, the parts of the same drug that are used in some horse medication, but it's also prescribed for people. And so this is all, and for him to say the problem with the FDA, and he'll admit that they're being snarky, but can't just come out and say that, like, yeah, this is like, this is an outrage that the FDA would say this. Yeah, as Brian pointed out, penicillin is used for a whole bunch of animals. Like, this is, it's just crazy.